Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Had he said that in my day, it could not.
The Twitter beef between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson is heating up.
Teofimo Lopez has just sent shockwaves through the entire boxing world after what allegedly happened at the latest press conference with Shakur Stevenson. And what eyewitnesses claim they saw has left fans absolutely speechless. The heated face-off between these two undefeated champions didn't just involve trash talk this time. Sources close to the situation suggest things got physical in a way that nobody expected. And the footage that allegedly exists could change everything. According to multiple people who claim to have been present at the event, Teofimo Lopez allegedly made contact with Shakur Stevenson during an intense moment that escalated way beyond typical pre-fight theatrics. Oh, don't try me.
Oh, don't try me.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro, like, you ain't fight a fighter with that kind of style yet to know, like, whether he's, that's all I'm saying.
Don't try me.
You bring a different style to the table.
Reports from the scene suggest the incident occurred when tensions reached a boiling point, with one insider allegedly stating Teao completely snapped. 1 second they were talking. The next second his hand connected with Shakur's face. Everyone in the room froze because nobody expected it to go that far. The alleged incident has already gained massive attention across social media, with fans desperately searching for video footage and demanding answers about what really happened between these two elite fighters. However, the full details of what transpired remain somewhat unclear, and different witnesses are allegedly telling slightly different versions of how the confrontation actually unfolded. But before we break down exactly what allegedly happened during this explosive moment, Shakur Stevenson's immediate reaction has added even more drama to this already intense rivalry.
There you go.
Yeah.
He going to try.
Real quick, Izzy, you should be in the...
Just moments after the alleged physical contact occurred, Shakur Stevenson reportedly responded in a way that showed he was absolutely not going to let this disrespect slide without consequences. According to sources who claim to have witnessed the aftermath, Shakur allegedly tried to get at Teao but was immediately held back by security and members of both teams. One person close to the situation allegedly shared, Shakur was ready to go right then and there. He kept saying, "You just made the biggest mistake of your life." Over and over, his whole team had to physically restrain him from charging at Teao.
I'm officially changing my pick. I gotta go T.O. Gotta go T.O., bro. I'm sorry, bro. T.O. just going crazy, bro. He too locked in. His mental is dead. He's like past this. He like, bro, I'm finna run through Shakur. I'm finna knock his ass out. He's not finna make it. He's on it, and I get it. Y'all gonna say he's never gonna be able to touch him, but Shakur has not fought nobody as fucking well-rounded as a great fighter as Teofimo. And Shakur style. This alleged response is particularly shocking because Shakur Stevenson is typically known for being calm and collected during press conferences, rarely letting emotions get the better of his composure. Many boxing insiders believe that if Teofimo really did make physical contact with Shakur, it crossed a line that could turn their upcoming fight into something far more personal and dangerous.
Because he buddy with...
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
you gonna beat me?
I'm saying it.
That's what we here. If you gonna beat me, what are we talking about?
Gonna do. I know what I'm.
The boxing community has been buzzing with speculation about whether this alleged incident was genuine heat or carefully orchestrated drama designed to sell more pay-per-view buys. Surprisingly, there were allegedly warning signs that tensions between these two fighters were reaching dangerous levels long before this press conference even started. According to people familiar with the build-up to this event, Teofimo Lopez had allegedly been making increasingly aggressive statements about Shakur in the days leading up to their face-off.
But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I hit him.
Sources suggest that Teofimo had told members of his team something along the lines of, "I'm tired of this guy talking like he's untouchable. At the press conference, I'm going to show him what happens when you disrespect me and my family." These alleged pre-conference statements have now taken on a completely different meaning if reports about physical contact are accurate, suggesting this wasn't a heat-of-the-moment reaction. Many boxing analysts believe the bad blood between Lopez and Stevenson runs much deeper than what the public has seen, with personal issues dating back years fueling the intensity. Sources close to both camps suggest there were heated disagreements about everything from who gets top billing to how the promotion has been handled, creating tension long before they stepped on stage.
So the question is, does Teofimo have the speed to throw and land with his feet and his hands before Shakur's magical, legendary defensive skills can pick it up and get out the way?
According to insiders familiar with the negotiations, there was allegedly a moment where Teofimo's father got involved in an argument with Shakur's team about respect and proper protocol. One source allegedly stated, Teofimo Sr. was going back and forth with Shakur's people about who the real champion is and who deserves more credit. That's when things started getting really personal between the camps. This family involvement allegedly added another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation, with pride and reputation becoming major factors in the escalating rivalry. The most controversial part of this entire situation is what allegedly happened in the exact moment when physical contact occurred between the two fighters. According to eyewitnesses who claim to have had a clear view of the incident, the alleged contact came during what appeared to be a standard face-off for promotional photos. Multiple sources described the scene with remarkable consistency, allegedly stating that Teofimo and Shakur were standing face-to-face when Lopez suddenly made a movement with his hand. One person who claims to have been standing just feet away allegedly revealed they were staring each other down for the cameras, and Teao started talking under his breath. Shakur said something back, and that's when Teao's hand came up and caught Shakur on the side of his face. Music. These alleged details have not been independently verified through official video footage, and it remains unclear whether security cameras captured the exact moment of contact. However, the number of people allegedly corroborating similar versions of events suggests that something significant definitely happened during that face-off. Fans have been flooding social media with both outrage and excitement about these allegations, with emotions running extremely high across the boxing community. One fan allegedly posted, "If Teao really put hands on Shakur at a press conference, this fight just became must-see TV. The disrespect is crazy, and Shakur is going to make him pay for it." Another wrote with clear skepticism, "This sounds like promotional nonsense to me. They are trying to sell a fight that nobody was really hyped for. Convenient that this happens right when ticket sales need a boost." However, supporters of both fighters have been passionately defending their guy, pointing to past behavior and personality traits as evidence for why their version of events makes sense. One passionate Teofimo fan commented, "Teao doesn't play games. If Shakur was talking crazy about his family, he had every right to check him. That's not disrespect. That's standing up for yourself." This division among fans perfectly captures the broader debate about whether the alleged incident was justified confrontation or completely unprofessional behavior. The timing of this alleged physical confrontation has raised serious questions throughout the boxing world, especially given how close it happened to the actual fight date. The alleged incident occurred at a promotional event that was supposed to generate positive buzz for their January 31st showdown at Madison Square Garden.
I don't think none of these dudes is on my level when I'm at my best, so he got a lot to deal with come January 31st.
So without giving up too much, when you look at him as a professional and you see what he's done, the fights he's fought, his style, what is it about him that you are going to exploit?
I think he the truth. He do a lot of things well. I think he flashy.
Many observers find it suspicious that such a dramatic escalation would happen at this specific moment in the promotional schedule when interest needed to be reignited. Boxing promoter perspectives on the alleged incident vary widely, with some allegedly suggesting this could be the best thing that ever happened to pay-per-view sales. Sources close to the promotional team allegedly stated that internal discussions immediately began about how to handle the situation and whether additional security would be needed. One promotional insider who requested anonymity allegedly revealed, "The promoters were actually excited when they heard what happened. Controversy sells fights, and this kind of real animosity is exactly what gets casual fans to open their wallets." However, others in the boxing business have allegedly expressed concern that things could escalate dangerously if proper precautions aren't taken at future promotional events. The potential consequences of this alleged physical contact extend far beyond just promotional drama and could have real implications for both fighters. Athletic Commission rules typically prohibit fighters from engaging in physical altercations during the promotional period leading up to a sanctioned bout. If the alleged contact is verified and determined to be a violation of pre-fight conduct regulations, Teofimo Lopez could potentially face fines or other disciplinary actions. Legal experts familiar with boxing regulations have allegedly suggested that the severity of any potential punishment would depend entirely on how the commission classifies the contact. One boxing attorney who specializes in fighter conduct issues allegedly stated, if this was an open-hand contact during a heated exchange, it might be treated as minor misconduct. But if it's classified as a strike with intent to harm, that's a much more serious violation. These legal considerations add another dimension to an already complicated situation, and both camps are allegedly being very careful about their official statements. Music. What makes this situation even more intriguing is what Teofimo Lopez's team has allegedly been saying privately about the incident compared to their public statements. According to sources claiming to have knowledge of internal team discussions, Lopez's camp is allegedly standing by their fighters' actions as a justified response to provocation.
Teofimo knock out Shakur? No. Can Teo adjust to the point where he beats Shakur? Yeah. You don't see how? Shakur hates slick and economic boxers. So does Teo. They both hate where each other are. Shakur looks great against volume punchers. De Los Santos sitting back and not being active, Shakur doesn't look good.
People close to Teofimo allegedly suggest that Shakur said something extremely disrespectful about Lopez's family during the face-off, crossing a line that demanded an immediate response. One member of Team Lopez allegedly shared, "You can say whatever you want about Teo as a fighter, but when you start bringing up his family and making it personal, there are going to be consequences." Shakur learned that lesson. This alleged justification has resonated with some fans who believe that certain boundaries should never be crossed regardless of promotional obligations. However, Shakur supporters have allegedly countered that nothing Stevenson said could possibly justify physical contact at a professional event, regardless of how offensive it might have been. The aftermath of this alleged incident has reportedly created significant challenges for event organizers trying to plan future promotional activities.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's gonna have to be a different guy.
Sources suggest that security protocols for the next scheduled press conference have allegedly been completely overhauled to prevent any possibility of the fighters getting within arm's reach. Promotional staff are allegedly now discussing whether future face-offs should include a physical barrier between the fighters or require additional security personnel. One event coordinator allegedly stated, "We can't take any chances after what allegedly happened. If these guys actually come to blows before fight night, it could jeopardize the entire event and cost everyone millions of dollars." These concerns reflect the serious business implications of allowing personal animosity to escalate beyond controlled trash talk into actual physical confrontation.
Defensive fighter, very good offensive fighter. The difference between the two, for me, I think that Teofimo might be a little bit stronger of the two. But you know, speed can sometimes nullify power.
As news of the alleged incident continues spreading throughout the boxing world, the response from fellow fighters has been absolutely fascinating. Multiple active boxers have allegedly weighed in on social media about whether Teofimo's alleged actions were justified or completely out of line for a professional athlete. Some fighters allegedly expressed support for Lopez standing up for himself, while others condemned any physical contact outside the ring as unprofessional and dangerous. Former champion fighters who have experienced similar heated rivalries allegedly offer perspective based on their own experiences with pre-fight tensions. One retired boxer allegedly commented, "I get the emotion and the heat of the moment, but you have to be smarter than that. Save it for fight night when you can legally do damage and get paid for it."
How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. You know, not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur. You got to make it a little ugly. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a waited